Today is another cafe ride. I was kind of shocked when I see who the guest is. I didn't expect to have a guest of this profile so soon on this cafe ride series. She is a kind of rider that is very rare in our local scene. Oh, she's here. Hi!
Hi. Hi everyone, I'm Sarah and I've been cycling for 8 years and currently I'm cycling for Yacht Bicycle Cycling Pro.
You have heard, she says she's been cycling for 8 years. And I say she's a rare breed here because she's really involved in cycling and very active in racing. So, but just nice, I understand that you have a race over the weekend. So today we purposely planned a chill and recovery ride for you, okay?
Thanks.
Yeah, just you know, chill means not 35, 25. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay, let's get rolling and we can speak more on along the way, and then we can find a place for good coffee. This is cafe, right? Okay. Okay,
Sure.
let's go, Sarah.
Okay.
Okay, Sarah. So first thing I want to ask you is, can you tell us about your bike? Okay, because I believe that every bike have a story to tell. I touch a lot of bikes every day. I'm a bike mechanic. So I'm pretty interested in what type of bikes people ride. So can you tell me more about what you're riding today?
Okay, currently this is my fourth bike actually.
Fourth bike.
This is a Fuji
Okay.
Atamira. Actually, this was handed down by this guy called Brandon Teo. He used to support me as a team manager.
All right.
In like the races that we did in 2018.
Mm.
Prior to this, I was using a Loop
Okay.
765.
Okay.
And then before that was Cervelo and then Polygon. So you can see the evolution from like a very like simple bike. And like my first bike was like 1K only, but
Okay.
yeah, it was an aluminium bike. But then I got into a very bad accident and then it broke into half.
Oh, you broke an aluminium bike into half?
Yeah, no, it was because like I got hit by a car. So when I first started cycling. Yeah, but then the thing is that after that it made me want to like cycle more.
Ah. Okay, that's why I say she's weird. Okay.
I think I only cycled for like 2 months, then I got into an accident already.
Oh yeah. Okay, I believe that must be a tough time. We'll talk more on that. Now you only have this bike, or you have a few bikes?
I only have this bike.
Oh, so you do everything on this bike?
Yeah,
Race, training?
Yeah, everything.
And do you have like different wheels or and all that for different purpose?
Yeah, it depends on like what race I am. Currently I'm using a Canon.
Okay.
These wheels have like a bigger cassette, so like I use it for more climbing kind of races and all. So if I'm doing like a criterium, like a sprint kind of race, I'll use the other pair. It's an MV wheels, MV composite, yeah. Like I used to ride tandem also. Okay. So that one allows me to, not all wheels can support like the tandem bike, like the weight of the tandem. Okay. So I use that for like tandem racing.
I see. So you actually are quite familiar with bikes and parts as well. Are you into the mechanic of it as well?
I'm trying to learn. I actually learned a lot from David from Performance Bike Twitter.
I see.
He's very patient to explain to
yes,
me
we
a
know
lot of
David.
stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think it's very important to learn. At least any small issues I can like troubleshoot before sending to a mechanic.
Very good. I like that thought. Yeah.
Yeah, because I got scolded before.
You got scolded before by?
Like long time ago when I first started cycling. Then I don't know what bike parts and whatever. Then when I sent it to the mechanic, then he scolded me because he said I never cleaned my bike before sending to him. So I don't know how do you feel about that?
Well, I don't dare to scold my customers. I mean, I understand because not only ladies, even for guys, there are a lot of people who just ride and they are too busy to really care about the mechanic parts. Yeah, and I totally understand, you know, so I always try to explain to them and talk to layman term in a sense.
Yeah, I think that's quite important.
Okay.
So yesterday me and my friends were talking about like whether to get disc brake. Because I'm still on rim brakes.
Okay.
But I think rim brakes very like convenient because like I'm quite familiar. After a while you get familiar with the bike, then like what I say just now, like troubleshooting and all that, I know how to do it with rim brakes. But then I think it will take a while for
Have you rode a disc brake ride before for any
No.
like race? Not,
No.
or not even a normal ride?
No.
Ah, I'm starting to enjoy this conversation already because this girl goes on and on with the mechanics of the bike. And yeah,
I'm just interested in how
what
how
that,
things work.
I mean that's really good. That's why I always advocate if you ride, you should know at least a little bit of it, because the more you know, I mean, it would eventually help you improve, and you know your bike better, you know the equipment better,
Yeah,
right?
especially if you travel on a bike.
Right.
Like travel with the bike for races without a mechanic.
All right, Sarah. So other than cycling, I actually browse your IG quite a bit. I mean, Brian did more, and when we get to know that we got to ride with you, it's part of the job that I have to look at your IG, your profiles, everything, just to understand you a little bit more.
Okay.
And from then, I got to see that you are very active in different sports. You like to try out in different sports?
Okay, cycling is a hobby of mine, but like I think I do enjoy different kind of sports. Secondary school, I started off with running. In JC and uni, I did soccer or football, yeah, and played for the school team. And also I did like a lot of hall games. So I feel like I enjoy ball sports a lot. But it's just that I wanted to focus more on like endurance sports because I was like better at endurance sports last time.
I see.
So I did like aquathlon. So it's a swim and run.
Mm.
And then I did like, then after I evolved to like triathlon.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I did also like track and field events.
Right.
Yeah.
What is it about sports that draws you into it and keep you wanting to keep doing it?
I think it's the friends.
All right.
And also because like I don't like sit still.
You don't like to sit
I
still?
like to move around. So like I don't really do things like watch TV, Netflix.
I know people in general, or for myself, we always set goals for ourselves in sports, in exercise, in fitness.
Yeah.
But we also have tons of excuses to not do it.
Oh, okay.
We don't have the discipline,
Right.
or we are too busy with work
Right.
and kids and all that. So how do you motivate yourself or keep that discipline, maintain the consistency in all these sports?
First thing, I have friends as accountability partners.
Alright.
Like if I were to not feel like cycling or something, like training, then I'll ask like my friend to like just ask me out for a ride, like a fun ride and all. Yeah, but I mean there are days that I don't feel like riding.
Okay.
Like for training purposes because now I ride about like 6 to 7 times a week. Yeah.
Right, because
So-
it's one thing that it is a hobby that you can
Yeah.
do whenever you want, but it's another thing to make it a training, to commit to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I'm quite lucky because I have friends who do like different sports. On days that I don't feel like cycling, then I swim or run.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
except gym. Gym I usually do on my own. Because it's like something that I kind of enjoy, so I just do it on my own.
Okay. The secret is to have some friends who want to suffer with you together.
I mean, it don't have to be a suffer fest kind of thing. I mean, there are days that like you really feel very bad.
Right.
So instead of like not doing anything, just do something easy.
Right.
Yeah, or do an alternative. I mean, don't injure yourself, but like can do something fun.
In this sports, there's a lot of guys,
Yeah.
especially in the local scene. We don't
Yeah.
get a lot of ladies, especially ladies who are serious and getting all so active and involved. I'm not sure if that is because there are more challenges for lady riders.
I think for ladies wise, there's a lot more ladies cycling now after COVID.
Okay.
I don't know whether it's because like everybody's like during lockdown, then everybody wants to like try a new sport lah. But I think it's a lot more accessible for ladies to cycle now. A lot more female specific items in the market and all.
Right.
So actually, it lowers the barrier to starting. There's a lot of ladies cycling actually now compared to 8 years ago when I basically
just
know
started.
who are the ladies who are cycling.
So it's actually a very small community.
Yeah, it's quite a small community, and long time ago it was even smaller.
Right.
But now there are like random people, female cyclists, on the roads alone. They just like do it to enjoy, which is also a good thing.
Yeah.
But I think being competitive is a different thing. And like, I think one challenge we have is like in races, there's not a lot of ladies who participate. I mean, one thing is also because of cost. The other thing is because of like whether is it safe or not.
Right.
Like a lot of people question, oh, is it safe to be in a cycling in a race, because like there are things like crashes and all that, and it's part and parcel of racing, I would say.
Okay.
I mean, I had quite a few crashes when I first started cycling also. There are near crashes nowadays.
Okay. Road cycling is already a very, not an easy thing to pick up in my opinion, because it's not really similar to a conventional, like, I mean, leisure cycling or mountain bikes and all that. So even for a general cyclist to pick up the sport is already not easy. And very often we need to have some buddies, we need to have some friends, like you say, to actually go with you and accompany you to pick up the sport together. So I was thinking it might be difficult for ladies to start because there may not be as many female cyclists or groups that they can go in and feel comfortable to, you know, have that help and assistance to start. How do you came through?
I actually started with my uni team. Like, my uni NUS aquathlon team, and then a lot of them were cycling.
Right.
So I just started riding with them.
Okay.
And then they asked me for like those mass group rides in the past. So from then I knew more people.
Okay.
So then the network actually grew even more lah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you go for mass group rides, so it means it will be mix of many cyclists, like guys and girls, right?
Yeah, but I think initially there was a lot of Rafa women's ride.
Right. Okay.
So it's quite interesting because like the guys will be the chaperones, and then the ladies will just ride. I think it's still going on now.
Wow, I like that. I like that idea.
But I think I haven't been going because I've been training more.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's quite bike friendly. So I knew Chris from a long time, Christopher Chung.
Okay.
Yeah, so then he actually pioneered a lot of this kind of like female only rides.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That is nice to know.
So that helped a lot.
Yeah, because you know, I've been always trying to encourage my wife to to join me in cycling and all that, and it's really difficult. And I mean, even
start her with spin. I think spin is quite fun for ladies. A lot of ladies lah.
And it's safe as well, right?
It's safe. And then if they enjoy like spinning, like the repetitive motion, then maybe you can start off like, oh, you want to go out and see like scenery and stuff.
Alright, okay. That's a good tip.
Okay, I think one very challenging thing for me was because I started cycling very late. Like I really know how to cycle only when I was in like 20 something.
As
in
a normal bike. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think that can be a challenge for me, is like because bike handling skills not very good.
Okay.
But I think over time, when I got into like tandem cycling, I think my skills improved like quite a bit lah. Because you need to carry someone behind.
Right.
Yeah.
As in tandem cycling, you do it as a for leisure.
Para athlete.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Okay. That's another interesting thing.
There'll be we can talk about that later. It's a whole new story.
Oh man.
Yeah, so when I'm on a tandem, right, then there's like someone behind me. So when we start, right, the someone is like either clip on or and she cannot see. So I have to be very stable on the bike lah. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Your cycling journey seems to be very interesting. From 20 plus, then you pick up the sport.
Yeah.
It shows that it's not about the age.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not about the age, right? It said, and then it evolved so quickly.
Yeah, it's quite fast.
In 6 years, right? You were saying 8?
8.
In 8 years, from not knowing how to ride to getting all competitive and multidiscipline. Wow. Back to proper topics. You mentioned that you had a big crash. A big crash, not a big crash. MG. Okay. Oh, you have a big crash also?
No.
Okay. You mentioned that you have a big crash, like when you just started cycling. Not long. Like about 2 months into your cycling?
Yeah, about 2 months.
How bad was it?
Basically, I was just going down a road, and then the car made a discretionary right turn, and it was going quite fast. So it just went into me from the side. Yeah. So I was going the downslope along Upper Thompson Road, the Casuarina one, and then the car made a right turn, and then it hit me from the side.
Were you alone?
Yeah, I was alone.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so then that was quite a significant event. So because I met Christopher Chung from Rafa, because he was like maybe one light behind. So when he came down, I was very hit already. So he was the one who called like ambulance and like made sure I was okay and stuff. So from then onwards, I like knew him personally and really have him to thank for it. Yeah, so basically that one I broke my collarbone and my scapular bone.
Where is the scapular bone?
Scapula is here. Your big bone that supports your arm and your shoulder.
Oh, because you got hit this way.
Yeah, I got hit this way.
Oh.
Yeah, and my bike broke also.
Oh, that's how you broke the aluminium bike.
Yeah.
Because of a crash. Okay.
So it was the car that broke it, not me.
Okay. You know that you got hit, and the next moment you realize yourself in the hospital.
Yeah. I don't even remember what happened in the hospital because I think it was the brain trying to.
And Chris told you all those things.
Yeah, he told me. Yeah.
How?
I think that was the biggest accident that I had.
Alright, and just as a beginner on cycling,
Yeah.
were your family members were they shocked or scared or?
Yeah, they didn't
Freaked out.
want me to cycle again, but I kind of secretly got a bike.
Oh.
Yeah, so
How long
Then-
did you take to recover?
that one, I think I got back quite fast.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe 4 months. I wanted to recover fast because like I just thought like since I really just got into cycling, then this crash happened. So I think I should like try to get
Okay, why? Because this is a bit abnormal. Because usually if I get into an accident like that, touch wood, I would be really like kind of phobia to get onto the road again, to go on cycling again. And then with my family members, knowing that my family members will be also very worried. Why are you like so keen to get back?
I think it's because like I really just got into cycling, and then you just take this fun away from me.
Oh.
I mean like this thing. So I really just wanted to get back into it and see how far I can go with it. I wanted to do triathlons. So before that, I was doing a lot of like swim and runs, like aquathlons. Then I wanted to like go into triathlons.
Okay.
Then that's why I got a bike. And then I wanted to improve my cycling skills. Because I picked up cycling in my 20s.
Okay.
Like really late. So I thought it was quite fun because I can go like to different places and stuff.
That's quite a tough character, I would say.
I think so. I don't know.
It's some kind of like, not really want to admit defeat, the kind of spirit to me,
I guess at the start, yeah.
Is it dangerous to go to race?
Crashing is, I would say, part and parcel of racing but hopefully I don't get into anything because then that would affect like your chances of doing, like finishing the race for one, and also getting a good position.
Okay.
Yeah, because sometimes you can't really avoid a crash. Things like if there's a pothole and then nobody calls out, or like nobody sees because there's like so many riders in front of you, you cannot see also, and then you just like happen to be like not holding onto the bike properly, then you can just flip. Recently, the race over the weekend, the OCBC race, there was barricades in the middle of the road. So what happened was, I think people didn't call out in time, and then there were people like just whamming straight into the barricades.
Okay.
Like in front of me, so I could like see like bottles and bicycles flying in front of me.
Oh. Was that crash the biggest setback in your whole like cycling journey? Or is there any other lowest point?
In 2019, I was doing paracycling, and then my partner decided to quit. Suddenly, like she didn't want to like do all this already. Like I think competitive racing is quite a big commitment for her. like to train like 4 times a week and to sacrifice like things like your social life or even work life.
Okay.
Because she was she's blind, but she's running a massage store.
Oh.
So it took a lot of time off and some income off also like, because you need to like close the shop the whole day in order to train and like to go for races overseas.
Okay.
And we were actually trying to qualify for like another SEA Games and like Asian
How
Games.
close was it to the? At which point, like, is it very close to some competition or?
No, it wasn't very close, but like we were training up for it, and then she decided, okay, I'm not going to do this anymore because it takes too much time. So I think like when you train and all that, you really need to like take time off and sacrifice lah. In a sense, I was like quite sad lah, because then I was still like
all the previous
into
training was wasted. I mean, like,
I was still into like the parroting, and I thought we were quite a good couple. Like, we were winning medals, so I thought like there was a lot of things ahead of us that we could like qualify for. Yeah, and she just decided to quit. Then we tried to find people, but it was quite hard. Yeah, so then after that I had to like abandon that thought and like see whether should I go back into like cycling for myself, like in individual as an individual again.
okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, at one point you were more serious on the paracycling.
Yeah, I was.
And you're doing like mainly paracycling, not the individual.
Because that requires a different kind of training as well. Like training with your partner. Then we did a bit of like velodrome track training. And then also like time trial on the roads and all that. So it's very different. That one is more, I would say like I have to train individually with her.
Okay. So that is less of a physical kind of,
it was like a bit of mental, because it's like a mental switch.
Yeah, I believe the emotional part will be quite difficult to take.
Yeah. I think that was a bit harder than all the physical kind of setbacks. So then I went back into like cycling individually again, and then like starting to like go more into competitive cycling again.
Okay. I believe there are also high points in your cycling, which is why you keep doing it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you share with me more on that?
I went to Asian Games. I mean at a Paralympic level.
Okay.
But I think it was an eye-opener for me because then you get to see like people of different countries.
Which year?
Asian. 2018 in Jakarta.
In Jakarta, okay.
Then we did like tandem on the track. I actually do enjoy track cycling. It's quite fun. It's very different from road cycling. Those were the like main high points. And then I think now the current program that I'm on with performance bike fitters, the VO2 max training is quite interesting and an eye-opener for me also, because it's a good experience. Like I never really got to train like a bit more professionally. You train under low oxygen.
Okay.
So it's like hypoxic training. Basically is lesser oxygen. So the air actually has like 21% of oxygen.
Yeah.
So what I'm training on is like much lower. So it
How low are you going?
The lowest I've been to I think is about 11%.
But it's a progressive kind of training.
Yeah, it's progressive.
Okay.
So you breathe in like lesser oxygen. So it makes your body produce more red blood cells to actually compensate.
Okay. Yeah.
And then apparently that makes you a bit stronger.
We heard about that when we were at Performance Bike Fitter. So we're told that it actually kind of simulate high altitude training, right? When you go to like mountains, you will have less oxygen, right?
Yeah.
So I'm keen to know like the results. How has it been for you? Like, is it really like improving the performance?
But for me, right, when you are amateur, right, like when you go into like more serious training, it actually helps a lot because you'll find the jump very big. I'm already like training quite often and stuff. The main difference I feel is like I take longer time to accumulate the lactic acid. So like basically like when you go for a very long and hard ride, I don't feel that soreness coming
Okay,
in
okay,
very
okay.
quickly, as quickly as last time,
Okay.
which is quite important. That burning feeling when you get as you climb up a slope.
Yeah.
So I don't get that onset as fast as in the past. Or I might not get it at all. So it will help definitely with my longer rides and my more intense rides.
Okay.
Like I can go like harder
Okay.
for a longer period of time.
Before that, were you reaching some sort of plateau or anything?
Yeah, I
training?
kind of felt that I was reaching a plateau in cycling. So then that's why I decided to like commit to this program so that I can like try to see where I can go further in.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking forward to see what is the end result like, at the end of 3 months, like the jump or I mean the improvement. Yeah. Because it's something that in other countries I heard people would do that, but not locally. I mean, at least it's not made available to like general public before.
Yeah.
There's this thing that I want to touch on before you leave. Okay, I keep hearing you talking about paracycling, and it seems to be a big part of your cycling journey so far. But it's something that we hardly hear of. Okay, so can you tell me why you go into this sport?
Okay, so when I first got into it, it was a friend called Kim Ming who put me into it and asked me to try. Okay, other than the common thing of like, okay, I want to help, like give back to society and helping like help para athletes also fulfill their dream. I thought it's another avenue of developing myself in cycling because it's technically on a bike, but a different bike, and it involves a lot more bike handling skills. So I would say that like over the years that I've been into paracycling, I would dare say that I improved in my bike handling skills quite a bit because it involves steering a longer bike.
Is it more difficult?
Yeah, initially it was a bit difficult because I was a bit scared.
Okay.
Yeah,
so like driving a bus versus a car.
Yeah, it's driving a bus.
Alright.
And the athlete behind can't see.
Okay.
So other than steering the bike, I have to give her directions.
Okay.
Like I have to say like, okay, we are going to turn left soon or turn right. Because if you're cycling alone, you know like when to like shift right or shift left and all that, right? But when you have someone behind you, if she's sitting upright and then you want to steer left, it's just
yes, I understand.
the feeling is very weird because
it's countering your balance.
Countering.
Yeah, okay.
So there's a lot of like coordination and also a bit of strength involved lah. Because like let's say if we stop the bike, like emergency stop, and I cannot tell her in time, right? If we don't unclip in time, the bike might just fall.
Why?
So most of the time, like let's say if we have to ride out, and there's a traffic light and it suddenly change colour, then I have to like jam brake and stuff, right? I will have to like get ready to hold the bike very firmly so that she won't fall off lah, you know? Or I won't fall with her.
Wow.
Yeah, so I think it involves some strength also. Yeah.
It sounds difficult.
Yeah, and I think that's quite a good takeaway. And also because it allowed me to do track cycling. So it's another aspect of cycling that most Singaporeans don't get to do. And I do enjoy track cycling because of like how the race format is. Okay.
It seems like a very different sport. I mean, it's to me, it's different.
Same but different.
Yeah, it seems same but different, precisely. Yeah. And then when it involves a partner that is, when we're talking about individual cycling, you talk about team, right? But team are still individuals. But when two of you are on the same bike, right? A pilot and then another cyclist behind, it is like the two of you has to become like one system. So it's a lot more communication. To me, it's a lot more intimate kind of partnering.
It is.
What's the challenge doing this sports?
When we first started, there was support and all that. There's my coach, my ex-coach Christian, and then Athena. They used to like handling like competitive tandem cycling and all that. But I think because they have like other commitments, so they gradually move away. So I think now the main challenge would be like lack of coaching, lack of coaches, and a proper structured program. Then next thing is like funding wise. We are currently like using the bikes that we had in 2017.
But generally, where do fundings come from? Is it from the government?
Government association.
Okay.
Yeah, and then third thing is racing.
Okay.
Currently, we need to like source for our own races and then get it approved and then self-sponsor and go for it. Which is what recently the guys did. So they went to the Asian Cycling Championships on their own. I went up with them just to help them with the admin and like to make sure that everything's okay lah. Because to travel up yourself and to do all your like moving or box, like traveling with your tandem bike is really a hassle. Yeah, so and also all the documentation, logistics. Yeah, that is a lot. But it's an eye opener because as a cyclist, I learned the role of like a team manager, a coach, besides being a cyclist. So I can, like, I think it opened my eye to different aspects of cycling.
Let's say I want to experience or want to get into this sport. How will I go about doing it? Because it doesn't seem like I can get into a cycling group because there aren't any, right? It's just so difficult to find a bike already. The equipment is already not that easy to find.
Currently, the Paracycling Association is the one managing everything.
Okay.
So they are like VWO, Voluntary Welfare Association. So tandem cycling is basically like a person who is blind at the back and then like able-bodied in front. So currently we are looking out for like visually impaired cyclists. And let's say if you have like other impairments, there are other sort of bikes that are available for you. There are like other cyclists who are doing hand cycling because they cannot walk. Or they cannot move properly with their legs.
If you guys are interested, you can contact the Paracycling Federation. They got a website and all that. You can go and check out and contact them, right?
Yeah. Or you can like text me. I can link you up.
How to text you? Follow her IG.
Yeah, via IG or something.
Do you have like any goal that you set yourself?
Do you want to share?
5 years down the road.
I'm actually looking into developing myself as a cyclist more. Like go for more races. Because I used to be very like dependent on like associations like telling us, oh, there's a race and then you sign up for it. But I think now I'm going to be more proactive as a competitive cyclist. Because I think it's not just waiting for opportunities to come, but you looking out for opportunities. Yeah.
What I really wish is that like individuals like you who are so passionate and so on. I want to do more for in these sports can really get the support that you all needed. No, I'm not saying that. You see, I'm not saying from a point that we are very keen for other. We're not seeking out and asking to get rich out of it and all that. But it is something meaningful that we are doing. I mean, you guys are doing, at least cycling with the paracycling and all that. And if you all do well, the countries in general also gains from that area. We get better developments in this area. We get more people coming on to enjoy the benefits of this. I really respect people like you, doing things and putting in the kind of sacrifice that you guys have put in. Yeah.
Over time, I realized that like it's not just about like what I say, not waiting for things to come to you, but like you must be like sort of like proactive to look out for opportunities.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not a one-way thing, but like it's two ways lah. Like.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, that's something I learned because I think in Singapore we always expect things to come to us. I think so.
Well,
sense.
Yes. Nonetheless, I really wish you well, and hope that all the goals that you set out for will come true. I hope it won't be our last time like cycling. We can follow up sometimes later, or if you are. The next time you go for a big ride and you want some recovery, yes. if you want some recovery, right? Yes, okay. Yeah, don't. You can call us anytime.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
right. Thanks for coming, Sarah. Thank you.